Let's stay with the decision by the finance ministers to exempt Eskom from the Public Finance Management Act. Now, the exemption includes irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure during the financial years 2022, 23, 24 and 25. Let's speak now to Themba Godi, former Scopa Chair. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Your reaction first.
Well, I must say that this is very strange. Totally not anticipated, really. I'm dumbfounded, to say the least, more especially coming in the context of an administration that had been making a lot of noise about transparency, about accountability, about chasing after the corrupt, and you know, as they say in Mpumalanga, burning the bushes, leaving no place to hide for the corrupt. And lo and behold, here we are, a legalized system for non-transparency and non-accountability on the basis of a problem on the face of it that begs the question, what has Pravin Gordhan been doing for the past 3 years? For Eskom to be at a place, as explained in that letter by the minister, that shows that it's almost like all systems have broken down.
And it is exactly that, because a lot of people are talking about the fact that we may never know, you know, just how broken down the systems are if this, you know, this move continues. And as they say, Treasury says they will explain that. But is that not part of fixing the problem, to lay it bare, to say this is where things are and this is how we are going to ensure it never happens again?
Well, look, there are two issues. The first one is, what has Pravin Gordhan and Andre de Ruyter been doing in the past 3 years? That's a fundamental question. And this arises in the context of, if you read that letter from the minister, the first part talks to what Eskom has asked for. The second part talks to the reasons why Eskom is asking for this. And the reasons are explained that Eskom has inadequate internal controls. And because of these weaknesses of controls, they are unable to detect and record irregular, fruitless and wasteful expenditure. And that they are unable to even assess reports from internal audit and even reports from forensic investigations. They can't follow those reports. They don't have the ability. And even the fact that when irregular expenditure is recorded in a register, someone goes and removes it from the register before it is assessed. And because they don't know who these witches are, they feel, you know what, it's better for us not to report on these things. I think that is the essence. And what the picture that it creates is that Eskom just is in tatters.
And do you feel that they're being protected? And I ask you this because the Black Business Council says that it looks like they're trying to protect, you know, this move is trying to protect former Eskom CEO Andre de Ruyter. Do you feel, listening to what you're saying, that there is someone or people being protected here?
Well, look, when the new administration came in, it said state capture, looting of Eskom, people are going to be arrested, they'll go to jail. And Andre de Ruyter, when he left Eskom, he said Eskom was being looted at the rate of about R1 billion per month. By who? The ANC made a song and dance about challenging de Ruyter to disclose, to name names and to present evidence. And now, here we are. The new so-called Minister of Electricity said, no, corruption is not the problem at Eskom, it is just technical issues. And now we have this situation wherein there should be no disclosure of any material losses at Eskom. Even disciplinary measures or criminal cases being opened on account of such criminality must never be disclosed. So surely the only conclusion one can come to is that some people are being protected here.
You once led Scopa. Eskom has appeared before you and other committee members at the time, you know, countless number of times. How does such a move usurp the power of Scopa or affect the impact of the work of that particular, committee?
Well, to the extent that this permission relates to finances, and the Public Accounts Committee is the one committee that deals with that. It means that insofar as Eskom is concerned, they will not be able to deal with these cases of irregular expenditure, fruitless and wasteful expenditure. And yet, if you look at Eskom, together with about Transnet, because of the high volume of revenue turnover that they make, they have very high levels of irregular expenditure. So if you are going to deny Parliament the ability to oversee those kind of things, then you have literally disempowered the public into knowing exactly what the problems are at Eskom. And may I add that this exemption must be seen in the heels of last year's exemption given to Eskom on procurement. Eskom, Pravin Gordhan wrote to National Treasury requesting that Eskom must be exempted from following procurement processes, and that was granted because we were told the normal processes delay, the purchase of critical parts, which was not true. And I can tell you this, that when it comes to deviations and expansions requests that departments and entities make to National Treasury, Eskom and Transnet always had the highest volumes going into billions every quarter, where they were asking not to follow normal procurement processes. So these deviations that are granted to Eskom are not new, they have been there, but it's just getting worse by the day, it appears.
And Treasury says that they will be explaining this just to give us a sense of what all of this means. So let's wait and see then. Thank you so much for your time, Tata Godi. That is Themba Godi, former Scopa Chair.